And welcome back. This thumbnail was made by, I think, the first May. Oh, crap. Can't remember that. It was one Maeve Stone or something like that. Either way, I didn't make the thumbnail. Someone else did. I'm trying to give credit where credit's due. We just had a death battle, Korra versus Storm. I thought it was a fun little fight. Definitely, and the death was really good. But I think we all kind of figured that was going to be a stomp in someone's favor. I won't obviously spoil who won, but still, I think we all realized that was going to be a stomp. So we're down, I think, to the last two death battles now of the season, and they are not doing Madara versus Aizen as the season finale. I think that one's going to be Galactus versus Unicron. I am wondering, so that one will almost certainly be CGI. I'm wondering if this one is, because I feel like first off, we've all kind of been wanting, us Naruto and Bleach fans, the Madara versus Aizen fight. I think we've all really been wanting that. But I also feel like this is something that could be like a Might Guy versus All Might fight. This could have been a season finale fight. So I'm not sure exactly what this fight's going to look like. I hope it's not pixel. I mean, I'll be fine either way. I just hope that I hope it's either hand drawn, which, man, that could go good or bad fast. But I hope it's either hand-drawn or CGI. We just get like two back-to-back CGI fights. Either way, though, Madara versus Aizen, the Bleach Naruto debate continues. Now, Bleach, I feel like, has actually gotten the short end of the stick when it comes to these death battles, because Naruto, Dragon Ball, they've had plenty. Even One Piece has had, I think, 3 different ones. Sanji, Zoro, and Ace. Yeah, they've had at least 3. Hell, My Hero's had at least 3. They've had at least 2. 2, right? 2. They've had at least 2. So yeah, they've had other animes have had quite a few, or even one, but Bleach only got the one. They only got the Ichigo versus Naruto one, and that kind of sucks because Bleach has got a bunch of cool characters that would really be cool in the fight to see. But either way, anyway, we're getting this now. Now, years ago, I did do a versus, a who would win on Madara versus Aizen. Now, my answer at the time was Madara. The reason I said this is because level of power-wise, you could keep up, intense regeneration. This, I also think, if I'm not mistaken, was before the 1,000-Year Blood War. I'll have to double-check that, but I'm pretty sure it was before the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. So we were still dealing with a lot of stuff with Aizen at that point. And I argued, I think, because of like the Sharingan and all that stuff, you could see through at least the base illusions and stuff like that, Kokyatsu Getsu. Like, looking back on that now, I'm like, wow, I really wasn't thinking, I was really downplaying Aizen. For me, anyway, this might not be a stomp, but this is Aizen's win. If anyone's read Bleach and read Naruto, then it shouldn't be hard to believe that Aizen is probably going to beat Madara down pretty hard. Now, Madara's not going to go down with that fight because it is Death Battle. They're going to use like the strongest version of these characters they can, so they are probably going to use the 6th path version of Madara at some point in the fight. He'll have access most likely to his Rinnegan, his Eternal Mangekyo, so he'll be able to summon the meteors, have perfect Susanoo, all that goodness. Have the intense regeneration, the chakra orbs. He'll have all of that great goodness. The problem is that let's just go with base stats first off. Speed-wise, Aizen is capable of, because of the Shimpo, he is, they never really do a good job at calcing speed in Bleach, whereas they do give you like light speed equivalent like feats in Naruto. At the same time, though, it's pretty obvious that the Flash Step is like a light speed or higher, and Aizen had mastered them all. So I'm speed-wise, I'm going Aizen on that fight. Durability-wise, Aizen is immortal by the end of the series, pretty much, unless there's some way to destroy the Hogyoku and maybe remove it from him. He is immortal at that point. You can't do anything to him, at least not in the conventional sense. There is also the fact that physical strength-wise, even though it was Ichigo, I'll actually say this, physical strength-wise, this might be the one spot that Madara actually may beat him in, because even though he is very powerful, has clearly mastered hand-to-hand combat as well, and is probably thousands of years old. We don't have an age on Aizen. In fact, we don't have an age on a lot of Shinigami. We know they're hundreds of thousands of years old. Yamamoto had been the head of the 13th Court God for 2,000 years, and that was prior to his life, prior to doing that. So he's well into his thousands of years old, age. Aizen is also probably hundreds, if not thousands of years old. So he's got an experience advantage over Madara. If you're comparing Kido to ninjutsu, he has literally 99 Bakudo and Hado at his disposal. That rounds out to 198 different Kido he could use at high levels. Even his base Wen Kido, because of the amount of Ryatsu he has, would be well beyond that of someone who's using even a level 50, probably. Even though Madara's got a lot of jutsu under his belt, there is literally a list of every jutsu that Madara knows. I will not read off everything he has, but there is literally a list of every jutsu he has. If you just go to the Narutopedia. So let me see if I can count out these things here real quick. Okay, so he's got quite a bit here. And some of these aren't even jutsu. Some of these are just abilities. Yeah, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, if I were to guess, what they list here, I'm not going to read it all off. My best guess is he has somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 60, which is still impressive. Still very impressive. Of course, Kakashi summoned a Kabuto over 1,000 jutsu, allegedly, so whatever. But yeah, Aizen just got the advantage in that as well. Then if you're going by special abilities, he's got the Hogyoku, which can just continue to theoretically further evolve him. Although it has stopped apparently since then because Ichigo pushed him and Oroha sealed him. It doesn't identify necessarily as his master anymore. Sharingan and Rinnegan, yeah, Madara's got that. The question here, the big question I guess is, how does the Sharingan compare to Kokyasui Getsu? I can always have a problem with that name. His illusion power versus Genjutsu or ability to see through Genjutsu. Well, obviously, first off, Suigetsu is not a Genjutsu. But if we go by the idea it can see through illusion, it's still an illusion. However, it is actually controlling the 5 senses. So it is one of those things where I don't think the Sharingan's going to be able to handle this, because while it might, mind you, the Deathbattle might do this, might be able to see through the image, it can't stop the hearing, it can't stop the other 5 senses from being manipulated. It just can't do that. So he might still taste or hear something that he's not supposed to hear or whatever. And I don't think Aizen's stupid enough to fall under a Genjutsu. He's just illusions. Let me put it this way. Sakanade, yes, he was able to be put under the effects of Sakanade. However, he quickly figured that out and be like, oh, this is cute. Whatever. Even if he got put under a Genjutsu, I don't think it would matter because he'd figured out, or he would just dispel it with the next big thing, Chakra versus Ryatsu. And now, to be clear, spiritual energy, which is what Ryatsu is, does make up a part of Chakra. So they are related and probably closely too. So this is actually a fairly apt comparison. Madara's Chakra is huge. Absolutely, no doubt about it. Very dangerous, all that. Aizen, before we even see him at his strongest form, was basically evaporating people just by being near them. That is a level of power Madara never achieved. No one in Naruto achieved it. People not people got on my case, but people who were trying to argue for Naruto didn't seem to grasp that point about Madara versus Naruto versus Aizen. People don't just evaporate around Naruto no matter how powerful he is. That's levels of power you can only, as he put it, that's transcendent levels of power. As much as Madara was trying to be a god, Aizen kind of became one to some degree. And he only got stronger apparently as by the 1,000-Year Blood War, as he was just kind of building chakra and all that. So, I mean, I think Madara is someone who's strong enough to be in his presence. I do think that, but ultimately, I mean, I gotta go with Aizen in this. I mean, this isn't just because I do like, and I admit, I like Bleach more than I like Naruto. I do like Naruto though a lot. I really like Naruto. But if you're gonna ask me who I think is gonna win, I'm going Aizen in this fight. That's who I got in this fight. But who do you got? Maybe you disagree. Put in the comments below though if you think of Madara. Put in the comments below if you think Aizen. Just give your reason. Just be civil about it. That's all I ask. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time. Later.